Welcome to the new video, my dear friends. It's Noob from Minecraft with you. Today I'm going to make building challenge of a real-life axolotl statue with my friends. And while I will build it, I would like to tell you one interesting story about two girls who found a pretty axolotl. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's build. Sarah and Alex were best friends who shared a love for adventure. They often explored the woods near their home, seeking out hidden treasures and secret pathways. One sunny afternoon, as they ventured deeper into the forest than ever before, they stumbled upon a clearing unlike any they had seen. In the center of the clearing was a small pond, shimmering in the sunlight. But what caught their attention was not the pond itself, but the strange creature floating in its waters. It was unlike anything they had ever seen, a creature with gills and a fringed crown, its limbs delicate and translucent. It was an axolotl, a creature of legend said to possess magical powers. Sarah and Alex approached the pond cautiously, marveling at the sight before them. The axolotl seemed to be watching them with intelligent eyes, as if it knew they were there. Without hesitation, Sarah reached out her hand, and to her surprise, the axolotl swam closer, its movements graceful and fluid. "Look at it, Alex," Sarah whispered in awe. "It's like something out of a fairy tale." Alex nodded, equally captivated. "We have to take it home with us," she said. "Imagine the adventures we could have with a creature like this." With that decision made, Sarah and Alex carefully scooped up the axolotl and cradled it in their hands. Little did they know that their lives were about to change in ways they could never have imagined. Excitedly, Sarah and Alex hurried back home, their minds buzzing with questions about their newfound friend. They carefully placed the axolotl in a makeshift tank filled with fresh water and watched as it swam around, seemingly content in its new environment. As the days passed, Sarah and Alex spent every moment they could spare with the axolotl, observing its behavior and trying to learn more about its needs. They discovered that the axolotl was a creature of habit, preferring a diet of small fish and worms. They also noticed that it seemed to enjoy being around them, often swimming to the glass of the tank when they approached. But the most surprising discovery came one evening when Sarah was reading a book about magical creatures. She stumbled upon a passage that mentioned the axolotl, describing it as a creature with the ability to grant wishes to those who cared for it with pure hearts. "Alex, look at this," Sarah exclaimed, pointing to the passage. "It says here that the axolotl can grant wishes." Alex's eyes widened in astonishment. "Do you think it's true?" Sarah nodded. "I don't see why not. Everything about this creature seems magical." From that day on, Sarah and Alex treated the axolotl with even more care and affection, hoping that their kindness would be rewarded with a wish. Little did they know that their wish would soon be put to the test in ways they never expected. As days turned into weeks, Sarah and Alex's bond with the axolotl grew stronger. They named him Axel and spent hours watching him swim gracefully in his tank, occasionally reaching out to touch his smooth, cool skin. One evening, as they sat by Axel's tank, Sarah voiced a thought that had been on her mind for some time. "Do you think Axel gets lonely in his tank?" she asked, her brow furrowed with concern. Alex pondered the question for a moment before replying, "Maybe. But what can we do? We can't let him roam free in the house." Sarah nodded, understanding the dilemma. "I know. But I wish there was a way for him to experience more of the world outside his tank." The next day, Sarah had an idea. She spent hours researching axolotl habitats and discovered that they were native to the waters of Mexico. Inspired, she decided to create a miniature Mexican habitat inside Axel's tank, complete with plants and rocks resembling those found in the axolotl's natural environment. When she showed her creation to Alex, her friend was amazed. "It's like a little piece of Mexico in Axel's tank," Alex exclaimed. From that day on, Axel seemed happier than ever. He explored his new habitat with curiosity, his colors brightening as if he appreciated the effort Sarah and Alex had put into making his environment more comfortable. As they watched Axel swim through his miniature world, Sarah and Alex felt a sense of satisfaction knowing that they had helped their friend in a way that was meaningful to him. Little did they know that their actions had not gone unnoticed and that they were about to face a challenge that would test their friendship with Axel in ways they never imagined. One evening, as Sarah and Alex sat by Axel's tank, they noticed something unusual. Axel seemed restless, swimming back and forth with more urgency than usual. They exchanged worried glances, unsure of what could be bothering their usually calm friend. As they watched, Axel suddenly stopped and floated motionless in the water, his gills moving slowly. Sarah tapped on the glass, trying to get his attention, but Axel remained still. "Is he okay?" Alex asked, her voice tinged with concern. Sarah bit her lip, her mind racing with worry. "I don't know. He's never acted like this before." They decided to wait and see if Axel would return to his normal behavior, but as the hours passed, he remained motionless. Sarah and Alex took turns staying up through the night, keeping a close eye on Axel and hoping that he would recover on his own. When morning came, Axel was still in the same state. Sarah and Alex knew they had to do something. They carefully transferred Axel to a smaller tank with fresh water, hoping that the change would help him. As they watched anxiously, Axel began to move again, albeit weakly. Sarah and Alex breathed a sigh of relief, but their relief was short-lived. Axel's condition didn't improve, and they realized that they needed help. They rushed Axel to a nearby veterinarian who specialized in exotic animals. The vet examined Axel carefully, her brow furrowed with concern. After what seemed like an eternity, she turned to Sarah and Alex with a solemn expression. "I'm afraid Axel is very sick," the vet said gently. "It's a rare condition that affects axolotls. I'll do everything I can to help him, but it will be a difficult road ahead." Sarah and Alex felt their hearts sink at the news. They had grown so attached to Axel, and the thought of losing him was unbearable. But they knew they had to be strong for their friend. Little did they know that Axel's illness would lead them on a journey that would test their friendship and their courage in ways they never imagined. As Axel fought for his life in the vet's care, Sarah and Alex refused to give up hope. They spent every moment they could spare at the vet clinic, offering words of encouragement and support to Axel. One day, while they were sitting by Axel's tank, the vet approached them with a thoughtful look on her face. "I've been doing some research on axolotls," she began. "And I think I may have found a clue to Axel's illness." Sarah and Alex leaned in, eager to hear what the vet had discovered. The vet explained that axolotls were unique creatures with the ability to regenerate lost body parts, a trait that made them the subject of much scientific interest. "It's possible that Axel's illness is related to his regenerative abilities," the vet explained. "Sometimes, when an axolotl's regenerative process is disrupted, it can lead to serious health issues." Sarah and Alex nodded, absorbing the information. They asked the vet if there was anything they could do to help Axel, and she suggested that they try to recreate Axel's natural habitat as closely as possible to encourage his healing. Determined to do whatever it took to help their friend, Sarah and Alex set out on a journey to gather everything they needed to create the perfect environment for Axel. They researched the plants and rocks found in the waters of Mexico, carefully selecting each item to mimic Axel's natural habitat. When they returned to the vet clinic with their findings, the vet was impressed. She helped them set up Axel's new tank, and they watched as he was gently placed inside. Days turned into weeks, and Axel's condition slowly began to improve. His colors brightened, and he started moving around more energetically. Sarah and Alex knew that they still had a long way to go, but they were grateful to see Axel making progress.
Hello friends, it is me, Pro from Minecraft. I'm happy to see you again. My friend Noob made very cool real-life axolotl statue, but I will try to build it even more interesting. And while I do this, I will continue to tell you a cool story about our two friends and their pet. Also like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start building. As they sat by Axel's tank one evening, watching him swim contentedly in his new habitat, they knew that they had made the right decision to fight for him. Little did they know that their journey was far from over, and that they were about to uncover secrets about Axel's origins that would change everything they thought they knew about there. unusual friend. As Axel continued to recover in his carefully recreated habitat, Sarah and Alex couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to his illness than they knew. They spent hours researching axolotls, hoping to find a clue that would help them understand what had happened to their friend. One day, while poring over a particularly old book on magical creatures, Sarah stumbled upon a passage that made her gasp in astonishment. The passage spoke of a legend surrounding the axolotls, a legend that hinted at a connection between the creatures and a powerful source of magic hidden deep within the forest. Excitedly, Sarah shared her discovery with Alex, and together they set out to explore the forest once more, this time in search of the source of the legend. They ventured deeper than they had ever gone before, following the clues from the book and keeping their eyes peeled for any signs of magic. After what felt like hours of searching, they stumbled upon a clearing unlike any they had seen before. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree, its branches reaching up to the sky in a majestic display of nature's beauty. As they approached the tree, they noticed a strange glow emanating from its trunk. Without hesitation, they reached out and placed their hands on the tree, feeling a surge of energy coursing through them. Suddenly, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble, and they watched in awe as the tree's roots began to shift and twist, revealing a hidden chamber beneath the forest floor. With hearts pounding, Sarah and Alex descended into the chamber, unsure of what they would find. To their amazement, they discovered that the chamber was filled with ancient artifacts and scrolls, each one containing clues to the true nature of the axolotls. As they read through the scrolls, they learned that the axolotls were guardians of the forest, entrusted with the protection of its magical energies. But something had gone wrong. A dark force had begun to seep into the forest, threatening to corrupt its magic and destroy everything in its path. The axolotls had fallen ill as they tried to fight off the darkness, and Axel was one of the last remaining guardians. Sarah and Alex knew that they had to act fast if they were to save Axel and the forest. Armed with the knowledge they had gained, they set out to confront the darkness and restore balance to the forest once more. Armed with the knowledge of the forest's plight, Sarah and Alex knew that they had to act quickly to save Axel and the magical energies of the forest. They ventured deep into the heart of the woods, following the ancient clues they had uncovered in the hidden chamber. As they journeyed through the forest, they encountered strange and wondrous creatures, each one a testament to the magic that flowed through the land. But they also encountered signs of the darkness that threatened to consume everything they held dear. Twisted trees, foul-smelling mists, and an eerie silence that hung in the air like a shroud. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of searching, they reached the source of the darkness, a towering castle that loomed ominously against the darkening sky. The castle was surrounded by a thick, impenetrable fog. But Sarah and Alex knew that they had to find a way inside if they were to confront the source of the darkness. Gathering their courage, they stepped into the fog, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. As they made their way through the fog, they could feel the oppressive weight of the darkness pressing down on them, threatening to snuff out their resolve. But they refused to give in. They pressed on, driven by the knowledge that they were the only ones who could save Axel and the forest. Finally, they reached the gates of the castle, which swung open with a creaking sound that echoed through the night. Inside, they found themselves in a dimly lit hall, its walls lined with strange symbols and flickering torches. As they made their way deeper into the castle, they could feel the darkness growing stronger, its presence almost palpable in the air. At last, they reached the heart of the castle, where they found the source of the darkness, a sinister figure cloaked in shadow, its eyes gleaming with malevolence. Without hesitation, Sarah and Alex stepped forward, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. Little did they know that their bravery would be put to the ultimate test, as they prepared to confront the darkness and save their friend Axel and the magical forest from its clutches. As Sarah and Alex stood before the sinister figure cloaked in shadow, they felt a surge of determination coursing through them. They knew that they were the only hope for Axel and the magical forest, and they were prepared to do whatever it took to defeat the darkness. With a shout, they charged forward, their hearts filled with courage and their minds focused on the task at hand. The figure in front of them seemed to grow larger and more menacing as they approached, but they refused to be intimidated. With a sudden burst of energy, they unleashed a torrent of magic that sent the figure reeling backward. As the darkness receded, they saw the figure for what it truly was, a twisted creature that had once been a guardian of the forest. corrupted by the dark forces that had invaded its home. Sarah and Alex knew that they had to act fast if they were to save the creature and the forest. With a combined effort, they channeled their magic into a powerful spell that banished the darkness from the creature's heart, restoring it to its true form. As the last traces of darkness disappeared, the creature let out a sigh of relief. Its eyes shining with gratitude, it thanked Sarah and Alex for their bravery, explaining that it had been overwhelmed by the darkness and had lost control of its powers. With the darkness defeated, Sarah and Alex knew that their mission was complete. They returned to Axel's side, where they found him waiting for them, his colors brighter than ever and a look of gratitude in his eyes. As they made their way back to the heart of the forest, they were greeted by the sight of the trees standing tall and proud, their leaves shimmering in the sunlight. The magical energies of the forest had been restored, thanks to the bravery of Sarah and Alex. As they bid farewell to the forest and their newfound friends, Sarah and Alex knew that they would always carry the memory of their adventure in their hearts. And as they returned home, they knew that they had not only saved the forest, but had also forged a bond with Axel that would last a lifetime. After their heroic journey to save the forest and Axel, Sarah and Alex found themselves back in the comfort of their home. As they sat by the fireplace, sipping hot cocoa, they reflected on the events that had unfolded. "It's hard to believe everything that happened," Sarah said, gazing into the crackling fire. "We went from discovering Axel in the forest to battling the darkness in the castle." Alex nodded, her expression thoughtful, "But it was worth it. We saved Axel and the forest from the darkness, and we made a new friend in the process." As they talked, they realized how much they had grown during their adventure. They had faced danger head-on, relied on each other for support, and discovered inner strength they never knew they had. "I think we're stronger now," Alex said, a smile playing on her lips, "and we'll always have this incredible story to share." Sarah agreed, feeling a sense of pride in what they had accomplished. "We'll never forget this adventure, that's for sure." As days turned into weeks, life returned to normal for Sarah and Alex. Axel had fully recovered from his illness, and the magical forest flourished once more, its beauty a testament to their bravery. One sunny afternoon, as they wandered through the forest, they stumbled upon a familiar clearing. The pond where they had first met Axel sparkled in the sunlight, and the memories of their adventure came flooding back. "I can't believe how much has changed since that day," Sarah said, her voice filled with wonder. Alex nodded, her eyes shining with happiness. "But one thing hasn't changed, our friendship and our bond with Axel." As they stood by the pond, they made a promise to each other and to Axel to always cherish the memories of their adventure and to never forget the magic they had experienced. And as they walked back home, they knew that their lives would never be the same again, thanks to the magical journey they had shared. In honor of their bravery and their role in saving the magical forest, Sarah and Alex were invited to a grand celebration held by the creatures of the forest. The celebration was a dazzling display of music, dance, and feasting, with every corner of the forest lit up with magical lights. As they made their way through the festivities, Sarah and Alex were greeted with cheers and applause. They were presented with gifts from the creatures they had helped, tokens of appreciation for their heroism. "It's amazing," Alex said, her eyes wide with wonder. "I never imagined we'd be celebrated like this." Sarah smiled, feeling a sense of pride in what they had accomplished. "It's all thanks to Axel and the friends we made along the way. We couldn't have done it without them." As the night went on, Sarah and Alex danced and laughed with the creatures of the forest, savoring every moment of the celebration. And as they looked up at the starry sky, they knew that they would always cherish the memories of their magical adventure. As time passed, Sarah and Alex grew older, but the memories of their adventure remained as vivid as ever. They often shared the tale of their journey with friends and family, who listened with awe at the bravery and magic that filled their story. One day, as they sat by the fireplace, Sarah turned to Alex with a thoughtful look. "Do you think we should write down our adventure?" she asked. Alex's eyes lit up with excitement. "That's a fantastic idea. We could turn it into a book and share it with others." And so, they set to work, recounting every detail of their adventure. From the moment they discovered Axel to the final battle with the darkness, they poured their hearts into their writing, capturing the magic and excitement of their journey on every page. When they finished, they held the book in their hands, knowing that they had created something truly special. They shared it with the world, and soon their tale became known far and wide, inspiring others to seek adventure and believe in the power of friendship and bravery. And as they watched the next generation of adventurers set out on their own journeys, Sarah and Alex knew that their legacy would live on, forever woven into the fabric of the magical forest and the hearts of those who dared to dream. Years passed, and Sarah and Alex had grown into adults with families of their own. Despite the passage of time, they never forgot the magical adventure they had shared with Axel in the Enchanted Forest. One day, as they were reminiscing about their past adventures, they received a surprising message. It was from the creatures of the magical forest, inviting them to return for a special celebration. Excited at the prospect of revisiting the place that held so many cherished memories, Sarah and Alex eagerly accepted the invitation. They made preparations for the journey, eager to see their old friend Axel and revisit the magical world they had once saved. When they arrived at the forest, they were greeted with joyous cheers and warm embraces. The creatures had prepared a grand celebration to welcome them back, complete with music, dance, and a feast fit for royalty.
I'm happy to see you again, my friends. It's me, Hacker from Minecraft. My friend Pro have made some very interesting real-life Axolotl build, but we should show them how real professionals build it, and while I'm building, I'll continue to tell you the breathtaking story. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! But the highlight of the celebration was the reunion with Axel. As Sarah and Alex approached his pond, they saw him waiting for them. His colors vibrant and his eyes filled with recognition. "Axel," Sarah exclaimed, rushing forward to embrace him. "It's so good to see you again." Axel nuzzled against them affectionately, as if he understood every word they said. It was a moment of pure joy and reunion, a testament to the enduring bond they shared, as they spent the day catching up with Axel and the creatures of the forest. Sarah and Alex felt a sense of gratitude for the magical adventure that had shaped their lives. They knew that no matter how much time passed, the memories of their journey would always hold a special place in their hearts. As Sarah and Alex's children grew older, they often heard the tale of their parents' adventure in the magical forest. Inspired by the stories, they too longed for their own adventures and the chance to explore the wonders of the world. One day, as they were exploring the woods near their home, they stumbled upon a familiar clearing. There, by the pond, they saw something that took their breath away: an axolotl, just like the one their parents had befriended all those years ago. Excitedly, they approached the pond, marveling at the sight before them. The axolotl seemed to sense their presence and swam closer, its movements graceful and mesmerizing. "I think we've found our own adventure," one of the children said, a sparkle of excitement in their eyes. And so, a new chapter in the story of the Enchanted Forest began, as the next generation of adventurers set out to make their own memories and discover the magic that lay hidden within the woods. As Sarah and Alex watched their children embark on their own journey, they knew that the legacy of their adventure would live on, inspiring others to seek out the wonders of the world and embrace the magic that surrounded them. As the years passed, Sarah and Alex's children grew up, and their children after them. Each generation inherited the tales of the magical adventure in the Enchanted Forest and the bond. With Axel, the axolotl, the story became a cherished family legend, passed down from parents to children, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and courage. With each retelling, the story seemed to grow richer, with new details added by each generation. The tale of Sarah, Alex, and Axel became woven into the fabric of the family's history, a reminder of the importance of facing challenges with bravery and compassion. The Enchanted Forest continued to flourish, its magical energies protected by the guardians who had fought to save it. The creatures of the forest thrived, living in harmony with nature and the magic that surrounded them. And Axel, the axolotl, remained a symbol of hope and friendship, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always light to be found. As the family gathered around the fireplace, listening to the familiar tale, they knew that the story would live on, forever a part of who they were and where they came from. And they felt grateful for the magical adventure that had shaped their lives in ways they could never have imagined. as the family sat by the fire, recounting the tale of Sarah, Alex, and Axel. A young child listened with wide eyes, captivated by the story. It was a new generation, eager to hear the story for the first time and eager to embark on their own adventures. As the child's imagination soared, they dreamed of the magical forest and the creatures that lived within it. They imagined themselves as brave adventurers, just like Sarah and Alex, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And as the fire crackled and the stars twinkled in the night sky, the child drifted off to sleep, their dreams filled with visions of a magical world waiting to be explored. Little did they know that their own adventure was about to begin. A new tale in the ongoing story of the Enchanted Forest and the friends who had shaped its destiny. As the years turned into decades and the decades into centuries, the Enchanted Forest remained a place of wonder and mystery. Generations of adventurers came and went, each adding their own chapter to the story of the magical place. The creatures of the forest continued to thrive, their existence intertwined with the magic that permeated every corner of the woods. And at the heart of it all, Axel, the Axolotl, remained a symbol of resilience and friendship, a constant presence in the ever-changing world. People from far and wide came to visit the Enchanted Forest, drawn by tales of its beauty and magic. They marveled at the towering trees, the shimmering ponds, and the creatures that called the forest home. And though the world outside the forest changed, the magic within its borders remained unchanged. It was a place where time stood still, where the wonders of nature and the mysteries of magic coexisted in perfect harmony. As the years passed, the tale of Sarah, Alex, and Axel became a legend known throughout the land. A story of friendship and courage that inspired countless others to seek out their own adventures and embrace the magic of the world around them. In a quiet corner of the world, nestled among the trees of the Enchanted Forest, stood a small monument. It was a tribute to the bravery of Sarah and Alex, the friendship they shared with Axel, and the enduring magic of the place they had once saved. As visitors passed by the monument, they would pause to read the inscription, their hearts filled with wonder at the tale it told. Some would leave behind tokens of gratitude, flowers, stones, and other small offerings, the sign of the impact the story had on those who heard it. And as the wind whispered through the trees and the sunlight filtered through the leaves, it seemed as though the forest itself was telling the story, a story that would never be forgotten as long as the magic of the Enchanted Forest endured. One day, a young traveler arrived at the edge of the Enchanted Forest. They had heard tales of its beauty and magic and had come seeking adventure. As they stepped into the forest, they felt a sense of wonder wash over them. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the air was filled with the scent of flowers and the sound of birdsong. As they wandered deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon a familiar clearing there by the pond. They saw something that took their breath away, an axolotl, just like the one they had heard about in the stories. The axolotl looked at them with curious eyes, as if sensing the traveler's excitement, and in that moment, the traveler knew that they were about to embark on an adventure unlike any they had ever known. With a sense of anticipation, the traveler approached the axolotl, their heart racing with excitement. They had heard tales of the magical powers of the creature and wondered what adventures lay ahead. As they reached out to touch the axolotl, they felt a surge of energy coursing through them. It was as if the creature was inviting them to join in its world of magic and wonder. With a smile on their face, the traveler knew that they had found something truly special. They were ready to embrace the adventure that awaited them in the Enchanted Forest, ready to write a new chapter in the ongoing tale of Sarah, Alex, and Axel. And as they ventured deeper into the forest, the traveler felt a sense of belonging, as if they had always been a part of this magical world. They knew that their journey was just beginning and that the forest held countless wonders waiting to be discovered.
Well, what cool buildings my friends have made. I like them very much. And you? I hope so too. So, I should also show them how to make Axolotl statue building well. At the same time, I will continue the story. As the traveler ventured deeper into the forest, they encountered a familiar sight, a clearing with a shimmering pond at its center, and there, by the water's edge, stood Axel, the Axolotl, looking at them with keen interest. "Hello there." The traveler greeted Axel, feeling a sense of wonder at the creature's presence. "I've heard so much about you." Axel regarded the traveler with a knowing gaze, as if understanding the significance of their visit. The traveler felt a connection with Axel, as if they were meant to meet in this enchanted place. "I'm here to explore the wonders of this forest," the traveler said, addressing Axel as if the creature could understand them. "I've heard tales of the magic that resides here, and I want to experience it for myself." Axel seemed to nod in response, its movements graceful and deliberate. The traveler felt a sense of excitement at the prospect of what lay ahead, a journey filled with mystery, magic, and the possibility of new friendships. As the traveler delved deeper into the forest, they encountered many wonders: sparkling streams, ancient trees, and creatures of all shapes and sizes. Each discovery filled them with a sense of awe and wonder, as if they were experiencing the world for the very first time. With each passing day, the traveler's bond with Axel grew stronger. They would often spend hours by the pond, sharing their thoughts and dreams with the wise creature. Axel seemed to understand them in a way that no one else could, as if they were kindred spirits connected by a thread of magic. And as the days turned into weeks, the traveler's understanding of the forest deepened.